G'day and welcome to Cool Cars here on GiltrapTV. In this edition, the McLaren 765LT is here and we take a closer look. Also, we chat to six-time IndyCar champ Scott Dixon.
I think championship number 6, it sounds great. I'm definitely going to take the time and try and consume it a little bit.
We hook up the Audi e-tron for a real-world test and, of course, plenty of cool cars and great deals. And also, free coffee. No, I'm not kidding. Just bring your cool cars email to 119 Great North Road. That's the home of Aston Martin, Lamborghini and Bentley. And the fantastic Right Deli coffee and treats are on us every Saturday morning, 9 to 11. Okay, it's cool cars. Time for a super cool car, the McLaren 765LT. What a car. We cannot wait to show it to you. And here is the information. November 7, that's next Saturday, is a public open day, McLaren Auckland. Check out the website for details. Would love to see you there. But in the meantime, we couldn't resist taking a closer look at this incredible car. And look, I'm going to put it out there. In my opinion, this is the coolest looking McLaren road car ever built. I'm keen to know what you think of that, but check this car out. This is the McLaren 765LT. Luke, there's a whole lot more. There's more power, obviously more speed, less weight, all those special formulas McLaren likes to put, but there's more, isn't there?
There is, yeah. I mean, everything about LT is about increasing that driver involvement. And it's more horsepower, it's more grip, it's a wider track, it's more aero. It's design cues, some of which aren't so subtle. Look at these wings and fenders.
It has attitude, doesn't it?
It does. It's dialed up to 11. It's actually steaming up my glasses. And as always, there is a link to that full video on this week's Cool Cars and Great Deals. And one more reminder, next Saturday, November 7, public open day, McLaren Auckland. Come and check out the 765LT. And McLaren Auckland also have the stunning 2013 12C in Volcano Orange, just 9,900 kilometres on the clock. Also on Cool Cars and Great Deals this week, the Cupra Ateca Limited Edition. How limited? Try only 5 in New Zealand. And no limits on horsepower though, 300 of them. And speaking of limited, Aston Martin Auckland have this Rapide AMR, the only hyper-red one in the world. And at Archibald and Shorter this week, the Super Spec Super Low K I-Pace 400. Well, it's not just all the great cars and new cars in the showrooms, we're also back enjoying the cars, and we're just back actually from a couple of awesome days at the circuit with both Aston Martin and Lamborghini. Yeah, so awesome to see here and most of all experience cars like this again. Hey, and speaking of track days, Audi's track experience is coming up very soon, just a few places left. And what an awesome experience. I've been lucky enough to enjoy a few of these, and I won't lie, it is quite nice to know they're not your tyres that are being punished. Just head to audi.co.nz to find out more. Now we're going to chat to Scott Dixon in just a moment. First, I'm going to stick with Audi, who recently put the new e-tron to a real-world test. Yes, real New Zealand roads, in an answer to a genuine question that we were asked, can the e-tron tow and can it make it to the water? We decided Auckland to Whangamata was the ideal challenge. So, a resounding yes, and for the record, there is a charging station in Whangamata, so the return trip went just fine. And that e-tron range is growing too. You can check them out now at Giltrap Audi, where you'll also find this stunning Glacier White SQ8 TDI Quattro. So many impressive numbers with this car, like 4.8 seconds, 0 to 100, yes, from a diesel. Okay, what a couple of weeks it's been for Kiwi racers. Shane Van Gisbergen finally winning at Bathurst. Scott McLaughlin, of course, wrapping up his 3rd supercar title. Then heading to St. Petersburg, Florida to make his IndyCar debut. And of course, what a weekend it was there.
young Kiwi Hunter McLaren winning the Indy Pro 2000 season finale.
If you're a Hunter McLaren fan, stand up because the guy just won here in St. Petersburg, the victor in the final round of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship, Hunter McLaren, by 0.6 of a second.
And of course, Scott Dixon claimed a podium finish in the feature to wrap up his 6th IndyCar title.
Here's Dixon. Dixon's rounding up Jack Harvey. He's going to get them both here.
Careful, Dixon, careful.
Oh, he knew better to back out. That's one car width wide as they go side by side to this section. Scott Dixon for Chip Ganassi Racing. He is less than 2 miles from a 6th IndyCar Championship. He is synonymous with victory. But Scott Dixon is a 6-time IndyCar champion. How about that? He does it on a track where he's never been victorious. That doesn't matter. He's the champ.
I never doubted it, not with you guys. What a team. Thank you all so much, boys, girls, everybody. Well done. This is all you guys. Thank you.
And Scott Dixon joins us now. First of all, well done, mate. I've got to ask you, what was the pressure like during the race?
Yeah, the mental pressure, during the race, as always, is pretty intense. I think this weekend it was nice going in that we only really had to race one person. That simplifies it. Typically in an IndyCar Championship coming down to the wire, that could be several people. Some years it's 4, 5, or 6 different competitors, and they're going to be scattered throughout the field. So it was nice to know that we still had a great points lead with 32 points, no double points, which is different from what we've had for the last few years. But it got pretty intense. We started to move forward pretty quickly, or at least Joseph did initially, which then, we had to keep moving with him. And kind of crazy, he started 8th, we started 11th, and then obviously both finishing on the podium, Joseph getting his 4th win of the year, and us ending up 3rd. All things considered, we only needed to be 11th or better, I think, at that point when he hadn't led most laps in the race for those bonus points. But it's always tense. You're not sure if you're going to have a mechanical issue, or just, racing an IndyCar at 190 miles per hour, 2 inches or inches off walls or just touching them, it can change very quickly. So very thankful that the championship came clean, and it was definitely an interesting year, I think, for many, but very thankful for the team and what we've been able to achieve.
How did this race to the title, with everything that's been going on this year, compare to your previous 5?
This year's championship was definitely very different, like no other. We were obviously been in a different situation. I think the hardest part for all of us was the unknowns. We had got to the first race at St. Pete in March. We were ready to go. We were meant to be on track Friday. Yet, we all got some messages. The NBA just, shut down. Being in Florida, Disney World and also Universal had shut down. So then we were jumping on planes and heading home. But I think the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks, couple of months were the toughest period, and just sort of not knowing what was going to happen. We didn't know if we were going to be able to race. We didn't know if we were going to have any kind of racing through that season. They were talking about already, canceling the Indianapolis 500. To the fact of people they're still going to have jobs, So definitely some tough, situations I think a lot of people found themselves in. But, it was fantastic to see, NASCAR, I think, helped a lot of sports entities around the world, but, definitely in America where, they paved the way to get back to racing and set out a bunch of protocols, which, their handbook, we used a lot of, their handbook to get the NTT IndyCar series back going. So this one was very different, but gave us a lot of time to think, a lot of time to restructure. We had a lot of big changes in the off season with, just the team. We consumed the GT program that had finished after its 4-year, series there, and then we had a few different hires in engineering staff. But it was probably the first time in about 3 or 4 years we actually felt pretty complete. With people, we had a lot of people doing multiple different tasks, and especially the engineering group. So, I think that's what really helped, the kickoff to the season. And for as a team winning the first 4 races of the season, which was just was crazy. But the first 3 for me, and then Felix getting his first. So it was a huge start to the year, and that's what I think really set us on to our winning ways for this championship.
Well, I guess I have to ask, Scott, what has title number 6 done for your desire to keep racing and, of course, keep winning?
Yeah, I think championship number 6, it sounds great. I'm definitely going to take the time and try and consume it a little bit. It's been flat out for these last few days. We actually start testing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway this week on the oval, and then we test in Alabama next week, and then a week off, and then we go to Laguna Seca for a test. Got the Sebring 12-hour. So, it's I think going to be Christmas time to kind of sit back, relax, and try and take in the achievement of this year and what it really is. But I think when you look at desire and will to want to keep racing and winning, I think it's a little bit different for everybody. But what really drives me is the competition that we have in the NTT IndyCar series right now. But also Chip Ganassi, he's a fierce competitor. But then also Emma, my wife, we're the big team at home, and she pushes me to no end and make sure that I'm eating the right things and making sure that I'm resting, and there's so many different elements that go into being prepared for these races now, the physical side to nutrition, and also the training aspects away from the track. As always, it's about the preparation, and the desire still burns very hard. The fire is cranking. So I'm looking forward to many more years at this level with IndyCar, and hopefully we can try and get that 7th championship and tie the great AJ Foyt.
Hey, thanks for that, Scott. Have a wonderful break. And that's us on that winning note. We'll call it a day for this edition of Cool Cars and Great Deals. Enjoy the Cool Cars and Great Deals this week. Find out more at GiltrapTV.com. See more on GiltrapTV on YouTube. And of course, read more from 66 Magazine online at 66magazine.co.nz. Until next time, bye for now.